We bought the Philips AED for the home, but I never thought I would have to use it. I'm Tim McHenry. I'm the founder and CEO of Cooper's Hawk Winery and Restaurants.
Liz Brum. We live in West Chicago.
Liz and I have known each other for 17 years.
Something like that.
We've known
a
each
long
other.
time.
She's amazing. Anyone who has met or interacted with her would say the same thing, that she is one of a kind. I started Cooper's Hawk, restaurant winery company based here in Chicagoland area. We have 61 restaurants throughout 13 states. We have 4 core values at Cooper's Hawk. We care about people, we're committed to being the best, we are different, and we have fun and celebrate. And so to be successful at Cooper's Hawk and to stay as a part of our Cooper's Hawk team and family, you have to have all 4 of those values.
Tim is a very down-to-earth guy. A lot of people, including myself, just enjoy having him come into the restaurant because he just lights up a room whenever he comes in.
He has great values, and I think it comes from the top down, and he really truly cares about every single person that he interacts with.
It's all about just be prepared always. How great would it be if all of our team members at the restaurants were trained in CPR, fundamental emergency stuff, and we had an AED machine in all the restaurants.
We did a full CPR training class. We practiced with the AED. It's comforting to know that I have that skill. The thought of using it is always a little scary, but the more you're prepared for it, the better you'll feel once a situation arises.
If something ever did happen in our home, I'd never be able to forgive myself because I didn't have the device that we needed. So I've had the device in the home for probably about 10 years or so. It couldn't have been easier to get one for the home. There's no better, more trusted brand than Philips, so of course that would be what we would choose for the machines that we purchased. We had the CPR renewal training, and I just kind of jokingly said, I need all of you guys to be able to save my life in case this happens. And then 7 days later, I had to do it for Liz. We had gotten back from this whirlwind trip, and so the next day we were sitting on the couch watching this scary movie, and I hear this growling, and I thought it was the television, but instead it was Liz, whose head had fallen forward. As I tried to wake her up, that's when I realized she wasn't breathing. Her heart had stopped. You actually could see her skin color start to turn to a gray. I did a couple of rescue breaths. You could actually see the color come back into her skin. And I started CPR. I was calling 911, and they're like, do you have an AED machine? I'm like, I do. I found the AED machine, broke it out. It couldn't be easier. It just tells you exactly what to do, right? So I put the pads on while I continued CPR, and it says recommend shock, and boom. And so we did that 3 times while the paramedics were en route. After the 3rd one, they come in the front door and took over. You are using a device that you've never even, used before, and that's what the device just made it so easy, because if I had to pull out the instructions for something, you can't read in a moment like that. The simplicity of it is really important, yeah, for sure. The doctor said 40% of people that enter this place in the situation that you're in need permanent care the rest of their life. 40% of people don't make it, and 10 to 20% of people get up and walk out of here.
It's good to be the 10% that, walked out. I don't remember any of it. We learned that I have arrhythmia, which happens to run in my family. And so I have a pacemaker defibrillator. Yep, they put it in before I left. And so if the arrhythmia kind of goes off, the pacemaker will keep the pace. And then the defibrillator, if my heart does stop, will kind of shuck it back.
It definitely takes the pressure off of me having to do it again, so that's great.
My dad and a lot of my family went to the doctor and got checked out immediately after. And so my dad, my sister, and my brother all have arrhythmia too. So they're proactively trying to figure that out so it doesn't happen the same way.
It's just such a reminder that the unpredictability of life, it's human nature to, I think that it's not going to happen to you and it's going to happen to somebody else. But if we didn't have the AED, I'd be sitting here by myself, What I would say about this machine, it's what I've told everyone, and I mean it from the bottom of my heart. It's the reason that we're doing this interview today, because hopefully more people will take a step and have one of these, because it will happen.
Every single person should have an AED in their home.
For sure. To have this device in your home that could save you and your family's life, it's worth its weight in gold.